Hello everyone and welcome back to MotorsportManager 3 Mobile with Aldroy Galcone. And in this episode, I'm going to show you the biggest event that you can get in this game for every single year. And that is, if you have noticed the title of this video, it is called the Invitationals. And if you like this kind of content, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss out anything that I put on this channel. Everything is free, you don't need to pay, and by subscribing you make this channel grow and flourish even more, which makes me happy so I can create more contents for you to watch. So then, the Invitationals. The idea of this particular part is really simple. So every year, your racing team is being invited by the Global Motorsport Association, that's the sort of the FIA in this game's universe, to compete against other nations, and there are 5 other nations that you can compete against. Normally, you will not be able to do what I do here, which is choosing the Tier 1 category, which just so happens to be the highest level of competition. And the highest level of competition in this game consists of 3 stages. So the first stage, which I'm about to do here, is the GT stage. So after this, we will do the endurance stage, and the last stage will be the Formula stage. Well, technically it's more like Formula 1, but in this game they call it the World Motorsport Championship event. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, the track will always stay the same, we only compete once. So the GT class, which I'm about to do here, will always take place in Suzuka, and the endurance race will always take place in this game's version of Monza, and last but not least, the World Motorsport Championship race will always take part in Monaco. So yeah, that's the major teaser that I can give you into this video. Anyway, you might have noticed the length of this video, which is 57 minutes long. It is almost an hour, and this might be the longest video that I will ever make while creating this playthrough. And to prevent you from getting bored because the video is so long, at some point I will make the video run faster until some really interesting things happen. So right now I'm doing a qualifying ground, and thankfully the mechanics that the game gives to me is good enough for me to continue playing this particular game mode, at least this event, because if the mechanic level is not good enough, at least in my opinion, then I have to reload the save and hope that the game is generous enough to give me a decent mechanics. Wait, did I say mechanic? I mean 2 mechanics for the first driver and the second driver. Oh my god. So yeah, both of our drivers are in first and second, and let's just hope that this will stay that way until the qualifying ends. But for now, I'm just going to speed up and let's see the result. So yeah, that's one thing that I do not want to do in this particular invitational event, which is when the driver asks you to actually send them out because they believe they can get better time. You should be sending them out because they can believe they can get better times. But despite that, I'm still getting the first and also the second position for the qualifying results. But yeah, that's one thing I do not want to happen ever again. But yeah, now is the time for the race in the GT category. Oh yes, and one thing that I forgot to mention until I just remember it now. So you might remember that earlier on I said that the things that I'm about to do here, it's not supposed to happen. Yeah, that part. Now what should have happened is, if I played this game for the very first time, then the game will lock the progression tier in terms of the invitational event. So if I played this game at the very start of the career without any kind of new save that I created before I made this particular playthrough, then I will be able to only choose the 4 tier category, which is, yeah, it doesn't offer you a lot of money, but this one is. Anyway, 5 red lights and away we go. By the way, did you see the ERS tutorial? Yeah, in this particular playthrough, I'm just going to let the drivers decide when to activate the ERS. Because before I made this particular save, I actually tried it once in a single race. That's one of the game modes that I can choose, and it was an absolute pain because you have to really pay attention when the ERS came out, and then you have to use it, and yeah, it can get quite tiring basically. Anyway, first lap is done, and looks like our drivers are still managing the first and second position. And oh yes, this is actually pretty important. So every single the Invitationals event, there are 4 fixed competitors. And by the way, this is as far as I'm aware of how this particular event works. And if I did get this thing wrong, then please notify me in the comment section down below. Anyway, in Invitational event, there are 4 fixed competitors from each countries. So the first one is France, the second one is Italy, the third one is Japan, and the fourth one is United Kingdom. The fifth one is actually me, and that depends if I take the Invitational event or not. And last but not least, it is from a random country. And in this video, that country goes to Hungary. And I think the weirdest one that I've actually encountered is Thailand. And not only Thailand managed to enter this competition as the random country that you need to compete against, they actually did manage to perform. And not only they managed to beat every single European countries, they actually managed to beat me. And for context, this is not the save that I'm referring to. I'm referring to a save that I've actually did many months ago. And by the way, this saves it's basically off screen. And while we are watching the race, I'm going to talk about something that really bothers me about how the world building in this particular game works. Oh, look out, there has been an accident and virtual safety car is deployed. I'm still trying to figure out who's managed to crash into the tire wall, and it looks like to be one of the cars from the French national team. What a sheer disappointment from them after a great race so far. And hopefully they are picking up their pace from this setback at the next round. Anyway, where was I earlier? Oh yes, the world building and how the world building really baffles me. And I didn't realize it until much later in one of the game saves that I actually did before I create this particular playthrough. And that is how the invitational drivers works. So in every single invitational event, there are tiers. So there are tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, and the current one which I'm competing is tier 1. And each of these tiers has their own drivers, and they are competing based on their star rating. So tier 4 drivers will have a 2-star rating. Tier 3 drivers will have a 3-star rating. The tier 2 drivers will have 4-star rating, and last but not least, the tier 1 drivers will have a 5-star rating. So you might think to yourself, well, that is logical. Better drivers compete against better drivers, right? Well, yes, that's right. But that's not the part where this game leaves me baffled to this very day. What made me really baffled is the fact that none of these drivers are from the transfer market shop. Pick whatever tier that you want, and none of these drivers are available in the transfer market. So you're telling me that in this game's universe that there are drivers that have the same capability of real life world championship drivers quality? Like for example, there are hidden drivers with the capability of Formula 1 world champions, let's just say Michael Schumacher or Mika Hakkinen, or Sebastian Vettel, or let's take other racing series like, for example, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, a part of the World Endurance Championship. So you're telling me that there are secret drivers that has the same capability of, let's say, Le Mans winner Henry Pescarolo or Alan McNeish or Tom Christensen, and none of those drivers are apparently in the transfer market? What? As in, I cannot purchase these drivers no matter how much money that I have and put them into my car. And it's not like the AI can do that as well. The AI is also not being able to do that as well. So apparently, there are drivers in this universe that are preparing themselves just for 3 races in the entire year. I find it hard to believe. The only similarities that I could find on the real life motorsport is basically the Race of Champions, and even then it features some of the drivers that we have already known, such as Roman Grosjean or Heikki Kovalainen, or as I said earlier, Sebastian Vettel, Mick Schumacher, and so on, because there are so many drivers it will take forever to mention every single one of them. And even then, all the drivers that ever participated in the real life Race of Champions, they did once enter the transfer market, at least in their own series, whatever it is, Formula 1, rallying, or the Endurance Championship, such as I said earlier, the World Endurance Championship or IMSA. That's the other endurance series that are like really famous. So yeah, if anyone from PlaysportGames explain to me what this particular invitational event is based upon and why I can't hire these drivers to drive in the car, at least in my car or even the AI's car, then please comment down below in the comment section. I know that this message is very far-fetched. This game is already, I don't know, a couple of years already. If I'm not mistaken, this game is already existent since 2018, and finally I could play this game after I was really curious about how this game works since a couple of months ago. And even then, they have already released a newer version called the MotorsportManager 4. So yeah, back into the race itself, and we have already entered the final lap, and it looks like our drivers managed to hold on into first and second position. And the condition of the car isn't looking that great. It could be better, but at least we won't be able to retire at the end of this lap. And there you go, we grabbed first and second place. Well done, an amazing start for this particular invitational event. So yeah, let's now move on into the second part of the invitational event, and that is going to be the endurance race. That will occur on this game's version of the Monza racing track, and let's see how much we get. So 43 points, nice. So then, the endurance race at the Milan GP, well, basically this game version of the Monza racing track, as I said earlier. And I will simply skip this qualifying section if it wasn't the fact that this qualifying is really interesting and it works the same way whatever I play this game on the normal difficulty or the hard difficulty. So I'm currently setting up the car in order to be able to get the best results in the qualifying session, and to prevent things from getting really boring and really slowly, I'm going to speed up the process and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's the funny part. So my car has just done the qualifying laps, and look at the time. Look at the difference between me and the first place driver. And look at the timing sheet, as you can see on the left side of the screen. Look at that. We are currently in 5th and 6th. No, cut that. 8th and 9th. 9th and 10th. Oh my god, we're now in last place. What in the world is this? The difference between the first place car and the 10th place car is less than 0.050 seconds, And here I am, suddenly I'm 0.2 seconds slower compared to everyone else. What in the world is going on? But you know what's the funniest part? I'm going to speed up again and do another round in qualifying. So, coming to the line, and we actually got the purple sector 1 and 2 and first place. And look at the difference between me and the second place. No, sorry, cut that. The second and third place is over 0.4 seconds. Right, I'm going to set up the car again and hopefully we could get a better result in terms of qualifying. And I'll see you right after the qualifying ends. Right, qualifying season end. And did you see the gap between me and the second place? So it's got that third place. It was over half a second. So that meant that our cars are going to be utterly invincible, right? Oh yes, there is one more final thing that you might never know, that you can actually refuel in your car because endurance race takes very long. You have to refuel your car, and this is also a possibility. I know that you can actually turn them off, but it's not as exciting. And because this is also an endurance race, it is going to take a while, so I will change the strategy into both of our cars are running with medium tires, because in my experience in this particular track, the soft tires are very fast to wear. This will make our cars slower, especially at the early part of the race, but then because this is an endurance race, it's going to take a while, so hopefully I could catch up with the rest of the pack and take the first place, I hope. Yeah, from now on I'm going to speed up the video once again because this is endurance race and it will take a long time if I don't fast it up. And yeah, so I will stop if there are some things to talk about that is really interesting. And by the way, take a look at the pace of our car, just look at how slow it is. Remember the fact that at the start of the race we were first and second? Now we are 7th and 9th. No, 9th and 10th. Look at that. That's how slow the car actually is. Oh my god. Also, did I mention the fact that our car in qualifying is 0.6 seconds faster compared to the third place car? Where the AI got the pace to do this though in the race? Oh my god. And spoiler alert, it doesn't really change if I decided to change the compound tire from medium to soft again. The AI will somehow goes faster than you, and even the rubber banding, if there is even a rubber banding effect in this game, the game still keep that rubber banding even though the AI has overtaken you. See the effect that how the soft tire wears so fast? See the effect of the soft tire wears out so fast? The AI that uses them at the very start of the race, they are currently pitting, and this is the 5th lap of the race. And now they are putting brand new medium tires as well, and they've changed their drivers as well. Oh yes, there is one thing that I forgot to mention about this event, which is if you want to get good results out of this event, you need to follow a specific pattern that the game follows, but the game actually didn't tell you about this. And if you do not follow this particular pattern that the game didn't tell you, you will get bad results every single time. And the biggest tip that I can give you about this event is this. At the start of the event, take a look at the mechanic level, and if their mechanic level is below 10 mechanic points, just restart the event. You are going to get a bad results out of this event if you don't. And also that it is much faster to restart the event compared to run with whatever mechanic level that the game provides you. Looks like both of our drivers need some brand new tires. And the thing that really shocks me when I play this game for the very first time, it is the fact that you cannot double stack your car for some whatever reason. Like, I could understand if this was a GT race or the World Motorsport Championship, but in an endurance race? Why? I guess that the game development team wanted to take a shortcut by taking out one of the most realistic aspects in an endurance race. So, in other words, one of our drivers has to do another lap before they could get their service in. Okay, slight change of strategy, and I'm going to spice it up just a little bit. So the second car, I'm using the hard compound tire, while the first car, I'm going to choose with the medium compound tires. And let's see who will get a better result by the time we reach almost the 2/3 of the race, I should say. Not exactly the end of the race, but let's just see. And with these brand new sets of medium and hard compound tires, I hope at least one of our cars reach at least the podium spots. Well, looks like both of our drivers requested for a brand new sets of tires, and I'm going to make this stop as the last stop for each of these cars. And I really do hope that this strategy will hold on until the end of the race, because right before the end of the race, the AI does something which basically terrifies me. So I'm going to ask the first car to go pit first, simply because I really do hope that the second car, which is currently in third place, the condition isn't so good, the condition of the car I mean. And if that goes into the red zone, I could simply go for the pit, go for change driver, add fuel and also tires, but then also repair the car as well. What strategy that I need to use for the second car, which is currently in second place? Oh, this is really hard because I really do not want to send the car out with a brand new hard compound tire and then the conditions of the car drop. And that will bring my choice to absolutely zero because I have to go back into the pits again just to repair the car, which obviously will take tremendous amount of time and making sure that I do not get a good result from this race. Let me think for a second here. Right, I have decided to make the second car stay out for a while, and let's just see if the conditions of the car got worse. Because if it did, and yes it did, which means this is going to be a really huge advantage for us. Because we only need one pit stop to do pretty much everything for our car, making sure that car goes into the finish line. Okay, so new driver, a brand new medium compound tire, and by the way, I'm going to gamble on the medium compound tire, repair the car, and also refuel. This will put us at the back of the pack, but hopefully we will catch up by the end of the race. So I will see where will the second car goes out, in what position it will be. It will take a long time to do this particular pit stop, and hopefully our third and final driver will be able to keep up with the pack or even catch up with it, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, 37 seconds, and let's see where she will be. Maulana will be 9th place. Okay, and it looks like our first car, which is currently in 5th place. The car right now, the condition of it is at 48%, and I really do hope that it didn't go down even further than this, because that will be a huge blow in our effort to win this race. Right, 5 minutes before the end of this endurance race, our car is in 3rd and 5th place. The first car, which is currently in 3rd place, the conditions of the car really did go down, but it's still at 32%, not exactly on the red level, but it is still not a condition that I really do want the car to be to. And if these two drivers are requesting for a new set of tires and doing another pit stops, then I have to reject their request, because I have done the last stop for this endurance race, and the AI now did something that it really terrifies me. See the AI that changed their compound of tires into soft? This really terrifies me. Look, I'm like 34 seconds ahead of them, but they are really quick now, and I've got to hold on and maintaining. Oh, sorry, not even maintaining, we're actually gaining. Our first car, which is the 4th place position, is now in 2nd place position. I might have a chance to bring one of my cars into the podium spot, or might be the second car also is very close. It's currently in 4th position. As we go on into the final lap of this race, the game still thinks that we still have another lap, 2 laps to go. No ladies, we cannot have a brand new set of tires. I know the fuel is very low right now, and our first car's condition is already going down into the red conditions, as I would like to call it. But with precise enough timing, we will be able to cross the finish line just as the time ticks out to 0. And oh my god, the final stretch, come on. Oh my god, we did it. Oh my god, the first car goes 1st place. Oh my god, at the final lap on the final stretch. Oh my god. This race will surely go down as one of the classics race. Oh my god, that was really unexpected. I mean, I was fine if I got 2nd place, but looks like the Hungarian car, the 2nd place currently on this particular race, looks like it ran out just at the end of the start-finish straight. Oh my god, that was really unbelievable. Too bad that we couldn't get the 2nd car into the podium spot, and we'll have to be ended up at 4th place. So, I have won the GT part of this event, and I've also won the endurance part of this event, which for me, in my experience, is the hardest one. So, can I actually win the single-seater part and make it 3-peat, a complete domination for the Indonesian team? But the track though, it is in Monaco, not exactly the easiest place to overtake other drivers. So yeah, I'm just going to do a qualifying session, which in Monaco, it's basically a race of its own. And let's see if I could get a good qualifying results from this mandatory procedure. qualifying time is almost over and looks like our car ends up in 3rd and 6th place. Not exactly the greatest result in terms of qualifying, but hey, let's just see the race itself. And even if our team didn't manage to win this race, if that is the case, then we still be able to grab the first place in terms of classification because we already have both wins at the GT and the endurance race. We still have comfortable lead in terms of the team classification. Our team is currently in first place with 80 points, and the second place, which is Hungary, is at 47 points. So the only way Hungary could take first place from my place is if both of our cars in this race were tires and both of their cars managed to take the win. And it looks like they are having a terrible qualifying session. Both of their cars ends up at the 11th and 12th position, which is the second to last and the last position. So, looks like the 6th position. I'm going to take a bit of creativity in terms of strategy. I'm going to put the ultra soft tires, and hopefully we can maintain this position or even gain better positions as 5 red lights. And here we go for the last event in the Invitational event, as our second car goes down from 6th to 7th place. That's she climbed back and she climbs down again to 9th place. Not a good start, and the same can be said with the first of our choice car. The 3rd position car is now currently in 6th position, and the second car is in 10th, 9th position. This is at the end of first lap. It's not looking so well in terms of the positioning. Hopefully we can do better by the middle or even the end of the race. And while this thing is still going, I'm going to explain the schedule. So the schedule right after this, it is going to be Pack and Cookie Run again, and it is going to be the strawberry stick cookie, which is a cookie that by the time you watch this video, this cookie has already been in the game for 1 day. And yeah, I'm going to make a video about it and the trials, and afterwards we're continuing this particular series. I'll also hopefully, if I have some time to actually manage things, the metro, also that's something I've teased quite a lot. And last but not least, let's not forget the fact that in 6 days time the Cookie Run Tower of Adventures shall appear soon, and to be honest, I can't wait to see what the game looks like. And I've seen Royal Mike videos about the gameplay, and it looks like a lot of fun. And let's just hope that when it releases, it doesn't massively flop like how Cookie Run Witch's Castle does. So yeah, currently I'm running out of ideas on what to talk, so I'm going to speed this clip up and let's see if there is anything interesting coming up. So looks like our tires are not going to last forever, so I'm going to tell my first driver to actually go faster because I want to do a pit stop right now. And for a gamble, I'm going to put the brand new Hypersoft compound instead of the Ultra Soft. And because in this game we cannot double stack, therefore I have to tell the second driver to go for another lap before I could make a pit stop on the second driver. But here's the thing though about the gamble that I'm about to do with my first driver. I cannot do a push, as in I cannot push the tire because these Hypersoft are so fragile. It only lasts 10 laps and we are currently doing 12 laps, so yeah. Yeah, I really do hope that the tires is strong enough to withstand the pressure until the end of the race, and I hope so. And the second driver is going to have a brand new set of Hypersoft tire, and that should be able to withstand until the end of the race as well. And unlike the first driver, in the second driver I can push this particular Hypersoft tire until the end of the race. So yeah, with the pit stop for both drivers are completed, let's see where we will end up. Right now we are in 8 and 11, and hopefully we will be able to make up some grounds. So, 2 laps to go, and it doesn't really look good in the situation currently. Our first driver is in 4th place, and the car is about to go breakdown. The car is screaming at me, please end this race as quickly as possible. And it looks like the hyper soft tire is going to run out real soon. And it looks like the second driver is still in 8th place, so yeah, not a good place to be. Oh, I'm so deeply apologize for this, madam. You won't be able to get another tire, because if you do get a brand new tire, then you will be in last place and we end up with like no points whatsoever. Right, last lap. But the thing is though, I cannot push this car, because if I push this car even further, the tire wear will be such at the maximum level. All of my car will go slow, really slow at the end of the race, and the only options I have right now is just to use the engine power as much as possible. And it looks like our first rated driver, even though the car is literally screaming for the last 3-4 laps to ask myself to end the race, but here we go, end the race it is, and we got the podium spot, 3rd place. Too bad that we don't get 1st place and complete the 3-pit, but that doesn't really matter, because in the end we won the Invitational event for the very first time in our career. So let's take a look at the standings before I end this particular video. So yeah, we ended up in 3rd and 8th place, and that's something to note about, and that will be a result going down as one of the most dominating results that I have ever seen. In the end, Team Indonesia collects 99 points, and myself as the Garukone GP team will be able to get at least $11 million. Wow, such an amazing amount of money, especially at the very start of our MotorsportManager career. Look at that, $11.310 million. I really do need that kind of amount of money. Anyway, that's the end of this particular invitational event. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are really entertained in this particular episode. I'm experimenting with the sped up version of this particular invitational, so if you don't like the invitational event with me speeding up the video, because obviously it will take like 45 minutes or so. So yeah, possibly I will do it next year in a completely different setting. Possibly I don't do the speed up version. So yeah, comment down below which version that would you love to see. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm Altroy Galcon, signing it off, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now, everyone.